name is Austin Stillwell, and we're going to be doing the alpha prototype test of the latest and greatest board game called Oceanfront Dash. So, first, I would highly advise that you look through all of the rules detailed very thoroughly and well thought out inside of my PowerPoint presentation, which would give you a great boost in understanding this game and understanding what exactly you can and cannot do. But to keep it short, keep it on track, I am going to just have a little playthrough. So to start out, we're going to have each player, which is designated by our 4 characters, which is up to a maximum of 4 or a minimum of 2. So we're going to play with 4 players, and because there's only one person here, I'm going to take the test role of being all 4 players. So each player is going to roll a dice, which is a virtual dice in this case, on my computer, and they are going to roll it, and the person with the highest roll will go first, followed by the person with the lowest roll will go last. So think of Mario Party in that way. Alrighty, so first we're going to have blue roll. Blue gets a 3. Then we're going to have yellow roll. Yellow gets a 2. We're going to have red gets a 3 as well. And then our green gets a 6. Alright, so now blue and red will have to do a tiebreaker to see who goes second. So blue's second roll of the dice is a 4. And they had a 4 again. Tiebreaker again. So blue had a 1 and red has a 5. So our order will be green first, red second, blue third, and yellow fourth. Alright, so green is going to take their first turn by rolling the dice. And they rolled a 3. So they're going to start at the starting point, and they can choose to either go to the boardwalk, the streets, or the beach, whichever one they want. So they're going to start out going to the beach with a roll of 3. So 1, 2, 3. And green picks up a blue card, which is either an action card or a guaranteed 10 points. Alrighty. So now red will take their first turn. It is a 4. So let's do red. It's gonna go in the boardwalk, right down the middle. 1, 2, 3, and then diagonal to the 4. They pick up a green card, which is a guaranteed 5 points. Alright, let's see what blue is going to roll. A 4 as well. So blue is going to go down these streets. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they are on a red tile, so they can pick up a red card, which either could be the guaranteed 10 points or an action card. That's the element of surprise. And then, last but not least, yellow will take their first roll, and that is a 6. So now yellow has a very interesting choice, because all 3 zones are fully occupied by 1 player apiece. So whichever one they go into is going to have 2 players inside that zone, which makes things a little interesting. So they're gonna go right down to the beach. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. So yellow did not get a card that turn, but that's okay. So now we're going to go back to green. Green rolled a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another blue card for green. Alrighty. Red is going to roll again. Red gets a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now they're at a crossing point where their next turn they can move over to the beach. Alrighty, let's see what blue's up to. Blue gets a 2. So 1, 2, and another red card for blue. And then last but not least, yellow gets a 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they can pick up their first blue card. Alrighty. So let's go back to green. Gets a 3. 1, 2. Oh, they're at the crossing point. And they are into the boardwalk at 3. Alright, green is making progress. Now let's do our red. Gets a 5. So they can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and red has their first blue card, so they now have a green and a blue card. They just need a red card to get to that finish line. Alrighty, and blue gets a 5 as well. So blue already has a red card, so it would be in their best interest to go over to the boardwalk. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're going to go diagonal again to 5. And they can pick up a green card. Alright, and yellow. Yellow just gets a 1. So they go 1 out like that. Alright, things are starting to pick up a little bit. Let's go back to our green. Gets a 3. So they can go. So the green already has blue cards, so they're going to need to pick up green cards. So 1, 2, 3. And they have a green card. Oh, and the green player is going to elect to use one of their blue cards that turns out to be an action card for a free turn. So at the cost of losing the 10 points value of this card, they place that back in the bottom. They now get a free turn. So green is going to roll again. And they just get a 1. Did not work out too well for green, but that's life. Alrighty. Now on to red. Red rolled a 2. So they are going to go 1, 2. Alright, on to blue. Blue rolled a 3. Now blue already has red and green cards. So they are going to want to get to the blue cards. So they want to go 1, 2, 3, 1 ahead of the surfboard. And yellow gets a 2. 1, 2, just like that. All right, back to green. Goes with a 3. 1, 2, 3. Now red gets a 2. 1, 2, and they can almost cross back to get to the streets, which is the card that they need. Blue gets a 6. So they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they are in the blue zone for what they need. And they are also going to elect to use one of their built-up action cards from the red pile, which is all players on Boardwalk move 4 streets backwards. Oh no, so that means our green surfboard has to move 4 streets backwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no. Alright, and that goes to the bottom of the red. Alright, and now on to our yellows. Yellow has rolled a 2. So they go 1, 2. Alright, and back to green. Alright, actually, now this is the point where everybody would keep going around the map. So let's see, green has a blue and green card, so they would need to get to the red area of the map. Now, our red player has a blue and green card as well, so they as well have to check over to the red card of the map. So let's say, for example, our greens go up and they get enough and they go to the red and they land up about here. So they have their red card, and then let's do that for our red as well. They go up in the diagonal that they're allowed to, and go sideways, and then they end up over here with their red card. Now for blue, blue has a green and red card, so they just need one blue card. So they go diagonal, they get that blue card, then they go up and around, and then they are almost at the finish line with one of all 3 kinds of cards. And then our friend in the yellow is struggling a little bit. He only has a blue card, so he will need a red and a green card. So let's say he takes a path like this and goes up to grab his red card as well. But then our yellow card doesn't have one of each kinds of cards. So while all of the players aside from yellow could be done at this point, the yellow would have to traverse down, go to the finish line, and start back at the restart point. So while that's going on, let's just say all others have traversed the map. They have all their kinds of cards. Maybe they picked up a few more along the way. Let's just give 1 or 2 cards randomly dispersed here. And then let's give another green card there. And then let's say our blue picked up another green card along their way as well. So now yellow, alright, so now everyone else is done for our first player, our second player, and our third player all have their total number of cards except for yellow. So now yellow is going to have to do a few more moves to pick up a green card and make it to the end. So let's say yellow rolls, oh, and it's a 1. Not going to help out too much. They go up 1. They roll a 3, so they go 1, 2, 3, picking up 2 blue cards, 2 green cards in the process, which are an automatic 5 points. And then they roll a 1, not hit. Yellow is getting some tough breaks, it looks like. And then they roll a 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. They can get even more in the meantime. And then they roll another 1. You cannot make this kind of dramatic action up. There we go. They're almost there. And a 6, and they get to the finish line. Now, all players are at the finish line, but to determine a winner, we have to count up our total of cards. So for our green player over here, we have 1 blue card, which is 10 points, 2 red cards, which is 20 points, so that's a total of 30, and then 1 green card, which is 5. So that gives you 10, 20, 30, 5. For our red player, they have 1 red, 10, 1 blue, 20, and 2 greens, 30. For our blue player, they have, let's see, 1 red, 1 blue, so 10, 20, and 30. And last but not least, our yellow guy took a little longer to finish up. They have 1 blue, 10, 1 red, 20, and then 3 greens. So 35. So, it appears there is a tie for first place between our yellow and our green. So, congratulations to all of our players. Good job, we did it. And that is the alpha prototype of Oceanfront Dash. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you.